YouTube? Jared RedRacer video. Thanks for joining us for another one today, guys. I'm really happy to have you back. If this is your first time on the channel, I'm a car guy. This is a car channel. We do car stuff. And as it turns out, I'm also an investigative reporter based on my last video. For those of you guys that didn't see it, we'll run it across the top here. I did a little video last time about somebody who completely screwed somebody over. There's a shop where I'm going to go ahead and throw out there that it's in Florida now, because a bunch of you guys are already starting to guess. Turns out this guy's got a little bit of a track record. But we made a video about one of my friends online that started watching me on YouTube and Instagram and had been messaging me through Instagram. This guy got screwed like the hard way too. And we made a video about it, and that video is smashing it. So we're 2 days in, guys. We're just eclipsing 1,000 views on that video. So thank you so much to everybody who made that video that big. For me, that's like my #1 performing video in the first 2 days. So that's really rad. I'm super excited. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But like I said, we do car stuff around here. Having said that, we're going to jump right into it. Today's video, guys, we, as many of you know, went to Wyoming a couple weeks back. We went to support the Wyoming head turners. They had a car show they were putting on at Whistler Chevrolet, and the Wyoming guys always come down and support the Utah head turners. We autocross down here. We have big rallies down here. We do a poker run. These guys show up, and they show up in force. So when they told us they were having a car show up in Wyoming, we all got together and decided we definitely wanted to go and do the same for them. So we rolled up to Wyoming. The wife and I got rid of the kids for a weekend, so we got to go and act like kids for a weekend. It was a lot of fun. Real quick, I'm just going to show you a couple of the pieces of footage of the ride there. It was a lot of fun, so we'll hurry and throw those in. That was a lot of fun. We actually stayed at my friend Jason Fro's house. Jay Fro, thank you, buddy. We stayed at Jay Fro's house in Green River, and then the car show was in Rock Springs. So not a real long ride, but we had to jump on the freeway every day to get down there. And it was only a couple of days we were there, but we had to make multiple trips back and forth. So we got a lot of opportunities to go and stretch the legs. As you guys know, Wyoming is not exactly a densely populated place. So there were plenty of opportunities for us to have a little bit of fun. So we were safe. We weren't out like zigzagging. You know, we passed a couple cars here and there, but we were pretty safe about it. But we got to haul some butt, and it was a lot of fun. So that was a lot of fun. That was a whole bunch of fun. But real quick, I'm going to touch on a couple of things that happened over the weekend that I really am excited about, and I've been excited to bring to you guys. Some of you guys that watch me on Instagram might have seen some of this stuff, but I know a lot of you guys don't follow me on Instagram. Real quick, if you don't, at RedRacer Video on Instagram, go check me out, and then at RedRacer Video on Facebook as well, if you guys do the whole FaceTube thing. So, real quick, we're going to jump on those things. So, I entered my car into the first car show where I was like an official registered participant of a car show. I'm not like a huge car show guy. I didn't really build my car to be a show car. It's more of a go car. Everything on the car is go fast stuff. There's very little that was done to be aesthetically pleasing. Some of it does obviously change the way the car looks. I do love the way my car looks, and I think she's beautiful, but I didn't really build the car to be a show car. I know a lot of guys do. It's not really my thing. Not to say that I don't enjoy it really, but just hasn't been my thing. Either way, we decided to enter Lola in the car show. As many of you guys know, my driver's fender's still a little bit wrinkled from my autocross mishap. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll run that one across the top right here. So I entered my car into this car show with the fender still a little bit rippled. I have not yet fixed it. Just time constraints, money constraints. I've spent all my money on go fast stuff, and then fixing the go fast stuff, and then fixing the go fast stuff again. And I really don't want to let my car go, and so I kind of just decided we're just going to wait, fix that fender in the fall. And it's honestly kind of become a defining characteristic. So anyway, I get sidetracked, squirrel syndrome, you guys know how I do it. So anyways, car gets put in the car show, first car show I've ever been in, and I'm really excited to report, guys, we came home with a trophy. This is obviously a pretty cool trophy, at least I think it's cool. So thank you, Wyoming head turners. And thank you, Whistler Chevrolet. This is actually a trophy that was chosen by the Wyoming Head Turner. I don't know if it was all of them or the leadership or whatever. And then the guys at the dealership. So they all went through and made some selections. Big shout out to Aaron Cloyd. Aaron Cloyd won the Best of Show. His trophy was rad. I don't have a picture of that, but I wish I did because it was a cool trophy. It was like a robot made out of car parts. It was really cool. But yeah, Lola got her first trophy. This is a big deal for me. So really cool. It's got a bunch of rods. Got a sprocket down here, a timing gear. So pretty rad. A little flame, and Lola's red hot, so that kind of worked. But I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Wyoming Head Turners. Thank you, Whistler Chevrolet. And thank you to my amazing wife who puts up with me and my stupid car stuff. But getting into the other stuff, there was one other really cool thing that happened. And I just mentioned Aaron Cloyd. And real quick, I wanted to say, Aaron, I'm sorry that I'm posting this video out there. You're a proud guy like I am, and you're probably not super excited about this video going up, but I am, so we're doing it. Aaron has a bad boy C7Z06. His car is called Katana. It is super sexy. It's beautiful. It is fast. Amp in Texas actually were the last ones to work on the car and do the stuff to the car, and I believe he's got their Stage 5R package. There's one package above that, I think they call their Stage 5X or something, but he's got the 5R package. I believe his car is dynoing somewhere between like 930 and 980 to the wheels. So I've honestly wanted to run this car for a long time, and pulled up on the side of him on the streets of Mexico while we were on our vacation, and I fully expected to get blasted on, I'm not going to lie. I went into that race expecting to take the L. But my wife was in the car, she had her phone ready to go, and you just don't waste opportunities like that. So when it was time and we got a little bit of space and we were able to get the car straightened out, we punched it, and I'll show you how that went right now. Man, I get giddy every time I watch that. Seriously, to this day, that's probably like my biggest kill. And I don't know. We're gonna talk about whether or not that was an actual kill or confirmed kill in here in a minute, because I'm realistic. But that was pretty exciting for me. That was a big deal. That has been a car that I know about, and obviously we spend time with the Wyoming Head Turners. I've known Aaron now for a year or two. I think a lot of Aaron. I know his car's fast. I know he's got a lot in his car like I do. And like I said, I know we're both proud dudes. So I've wanted to run that car for a long time. So I am really, really happy about the way it turned out. A couple of things about that run. Actually, a few things about that run. First, we kind of got a little bit of a run right before that. He kind of jumped before I did, but then I got in it, and the road started twisting, and I've got a little clip we'll roll right here. Actually, let's just roll it real quick. In that clip, you can see that we started turning, and into that turn, it got a little sketchy. So both of us, you know, as soon as it started turning, we could probably, I'm sure he felt his car moving, and I did. So we got out of it, kind of just kept rolling down the road, waited for it to straighten out again, and then that was where you saw the first race where I was able to put a little bit of distance on him. So a couple of things. First, I want to say, Randy, I love you, man, and I'm sorry that you got a ticket that night. My good friend Randy was following behind us. Aaron and I went flying down the road, and as you saw in Jason's footage, you can hear his radar detector going bananas. So we were basically getting blasted with laser or radar the entire time we were making our run. And the officer that turned to come and follow us got behind everybody, and I'm pretty confident he was coming after me and Aaron. They got stopped at a red light. A bunch of my buddies behind me got stopped at a red light too. Randy was at the front of the red light, didn't know the officer was behind him. The light went green. Randy took off, not like super fast, but he kind of got on it and, you know, took off to come and try to catch up with us, and he got lit up, and he got lit up good. They gave him zero mercy, and he got like a 29-mile-an-hour over ticket. They did not give him 1 mile an hour off, and I'm pretty confident that was like a $200 ticket. So, Randy, I'm sorry. I love you. I love your car. I can't wait to smash it on video. Wink, wink. But, man, I'm sorry. That sucks. So, yeah, so my buddy ended up taking a ticket right after we did that. I'm not saying it's all my fault or Aaron's fault, but I'm pretty confident we played a role in him getting that ticket, so I feel really bad. But aside from that, talking about the race, getting into the race and kind of what happened in this. Aaron's car is pro-charged. So the fact that his car made 930 to 980, we'll just call it 950 to be in the middle. The fact that he made 9 and a hay to the wheels, that was, like I said, the car was built at amp. So I'm confident that his car dynoed that amount of power at sea level. So the difference between, or it's not sea level, but at Texas, and I'm pretty confident they're close to sea level or sea level. Having said that, his car's pro-charged, and for those of you that don't know, most of you guys do, pro-chargers are still belt-driven superchargers. It's essentially like a belt-driven turbo is really what a pro-charger is, a centrifugal blower, but that's a whole new video. So his car on full power down in Texas, making 950 or whatever it was, when you go up to 6,500 feet in Wyoming, he was at a disadvantage. He just was. I was kind of at a disadvantage too because my car's not turned up anywhere near where his is. We're only on 12.5 PSI for that run. My car has made 18. We're not pushing that right now because, to be quite honest with you, it's almost undrivable at that power level. But we're only on 12.5 PSI for that race. But the part about it that makes it... oh, sorry, I'm blowing up. Oh, somebody trying to sell me an extended warranty if I were to guess. The part about the race that kind of goes in my favor, and this is why I believe turbos are king for a number of reasons, but I wasn't down on power. We're only asking 12.5 PSI of my car right now. I have an electronic boost controller, so when we're up at crazy high altitude and the air is not as dense, the turbos are able to still pack that air in there and the car is able to make 12.5 PSI still. So I was not down on power for that run. Aaron was down on power for that run because he's a belt-driven supercharger or belt-driven turbo, whatever you want to call it. It's a supercharger, I know. It's a Century, I know. But he was down on power. He wasn't at full power when we ran. So just that kind of just goes to show for those of you who are like, man, how did he pull on a 950 wheel horsepower car? And I've had a lot of people on Instagram blasting him saying, oh, you should sell it and stuff like that. It's just, that's not the case. He just, you know, he was at a disadvantage. 0 feet above sea level, 6,500 feet above sea level, he's going to be down some power. So I was happy though. Either way, I'll take it. We didn't get to run obviously for very long. It was kind of a short little race. I think, you know, had we had a whole bunch more room, who knows what would have happened. I personally think I would have gotten farther ahead, but I'm sure if we were to ask Aaron, he would probably say that he would have probably closed that distance and made me moved on me. But either way, super awesome weekend. Had a lot of fun with it. Really quickly though, before you guys leave, be on the lookout. I'm about 85% sure we are going to bring you a sequel to the Beware of Bad Shops or Beware of Shady Shops video, because there has been some new developments. I have a whole bunch more communication between the shop and my buddy. We're still going to leave names out of it, even though a bunch of you guys out there on Instagram and Facebook already know who this dude is and have already guessed, because apparently this dude's reputation precedes him. But I think we're going to bring you a follow-up video to show you guys what's going on with this. And then I'm even considering making a third video where we're just going to talk about how you would pick a shop. Because, you know, the more I've thought about it, I think that this gentleman really kind of just got a bad deal. And it's kind of interesting to see how shops can kind of skew things to make them look legit when this place is obviously far, far, far from legit. So be on the lookout. Lots of new stuff coming, guys. I'm home for the next couple of days. We're going to get a few more videos up hopefully this week. Assuming my voice doesn't get any worse than it already is, you can probably hear it. And assuming this pimple that's on the side of my face, you guys might have seen it. I named it. We named him Pinky. And assuming my kids, you know, will keep calm for a little bit, long enough for me to make these videos. So thank you guys. I love you guys. Keep coming back for more. If you haven't already, please go down and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button before you go. Leave me a comment letting me know what you guys think. Turbo versus supercharger. How did that work out? How beautiful was that blue Corvette? Thank you, Aaron, for giving me that run. Thank you, Wyoming Head Turners. Thank you for my trophy, everybody. Whistler Chevrolet and Wyoming Head Turners. Thank you guys for supporting us. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next Red Racer video.